You can't beat power to weight on these saws, friends, on the 500. You just can't. Okay, friends, let's talk about getting down to the end of your chain now. Watch what happens here, friends. This is actually great footage. We got a good camera going right now. Watch what happens here. I won't even be on the tooth. Watch. I won't be on the top plate. Look at me. Look at this. I could even be like this. It does not matter, but I'm going to flow with my file. Okay? Gullet gone. It's gone. Friends, I wiped it right out. You can just see it at this angle. Look at it, friends. Right? Pulled her right out of there. So if we look at that from the side, which I'm not going to change it right now, because I got a good view, I am now going to put my hand under the file. Because I'm down under now, look what happens with this file. Look what happens with the 3/16. It completely gobbles the file right up. See? So let's drop that and get back to 7/32. You can see this chain needs a squeezing too. Let's go one-handed. There it comes, straight. Now what we've got, oh, listen to how smooth it goes through there. Oh, friends, we now have a beautiful cutting chain. Oh my goodness. So you see the top, right, friends? Right? Good. Okay. Let's pull this one back to about right freaking there, skis. Is that there? Sure it is. Let's just go at it like completely start to finish. I'll just dig away at it. And the reason I'm getting aggressive, friends, is that we're getting there now. Okay, that was literally all gullet. Now I'm going to settle down. I'm going to let my file lay in that hole I just created for it. And we're going to get that top plate straight. And there it is. A beautiful, straight, and strong top plate. Okay, with a nice little hook there. There's another. You guys with me? But you can see we're not under, really. Let's look at that from the side. It's adequate. It's adequate. This is great footage right now on this camera, friends. So I can stay on this path. Same angle, same everything. I can just work my way down and you'll watch a great big burr come rolling off of there. And by the way, you're going to watch this thing cut tomorrow, friends. There it is. Let's pull this back. So this is kind of a cleanup filing, but I'm actually pulling gullet. I want gullet Gonskis, friends. See? Okay. This is a cleanup. See? So the reason I'm stroking it so many times is because I'm digging down. So just remember, this way, up and down, is okay, but this is not good. Side to side is not good. Watch. I'll pull this right down. You should be able to tell by the way your file is sitting in there. Now, do you guys remember the boat? You guys remember the boat filing that I showed you guys a long time ago? I haven't talked about the boat. Let's talk about it. It's right here, okay? Here's the file. Here's the chain. Watch what I do. Here's the boat. Watch. Okay? So you probably saw that, right? The boat stroke. It's actually a wonderful technique. Old Faller taught me that. Kenny boy. Here we go. You guys want to see the boat from the side? The boat stroke from the side. And then you straighten out to get a square top plate, because if you keep doing that, you'll end up with a weird top plate. Again, see, like, friends, we're starting to ski jump back a bit. Not terribly, but it's coming. There she is. It's gonna cut like crazy. .22 thou. Wow. That's very interesting. Look at that. Super low. Wow. What does the Husky hardwood say? Very, very interesting. Wow, the softwood's way up there. That is amazing. Holy cow. That is, wow. I like the Husky plate. I do, I like it. That is some interesting. So let's look at this. I like the hard setting on the Husky plate, friends. So isn't that interesting? I'm bringing you guys in for this. You're coming in. It's just how it's going. So friends, I'm going to give love to Carlton Philo plate a little bit here right now. The gauge I'm using, and I did the research on this, and I've been doing it for years. And I went up to my old partners, the Bear Claw, and he had a special couple gauges. And this one here I'm using is 22 thou. The measurement is 22,000, okay? Remember, we're in softer wood. But I run this a sharp chain, and 22 thou is a nice cutting chain. You go any more hungry, and you got to have the torque to pull it. So the 572 should be used differently than some of these torqueier, bigger saws. It's all in the filing, friends. Oh my goodness! You've got to see that. Are you guys, you are seeing it? Wow! To me, that is wild and crazy. It's because I filed a bunch off of the chain, friends. Remember, I had 2 cleanup strokes on site. 2 filings on site, friends. And now 1 major cleanup at the house. I file my rakers all one way. Both sides. Okay? I run it along the tooth in front of it. See that? That's how we do her. Alrighty. So this is the end of a chain pretty soon. As you can see, I pretty much stay to the line most of the times. If anything, I'm usually either dead on or like back that way a bit. You know what I mean? Like that way, not this way. I'll be that way. But as you can see, we're nearing the end, and all our chain, every single one of our chains is different lengths. See that? See that guy? Let's move up. Oh, we're nearing the line there. What's this one? Quite a bit more. Right? You see what I'm saying, friends? So it's like the left side of the chain got a hammering. This is what it is. Right? That's actually, there might even be a slight bigger hook on this side actually. Now it's the same. It's the same. But look at the rakers. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. This thing's gonna rip. Like, it's gonna rip. But we're gonna run this 500 too. Because I just filed it and filed the rakers. And friends, I want to talk. We all know about the filing and the sharpening of saws and this and that, but there are fine details. This here, this Husky 572 is not a torquey bottom end saw. It's a high revving machine. So in saying that, you want to file your chain for that and file it for the saw, not against it. You would run a hungrier chain on this saw than you would by that. And if people ask me, what does hungry mean? It means either a bigger, more aggressive hook, okay? A bigger hook, or a lower raker. Can mean two things. So Luke, if you wouldn't mind just taking a peek at this here. We're nearing the end of the chain here, but take a look at the hook. It's really not that aggressive, is it?
No.
It's just not.
It's a good looking chain.
It's a good looking chain. It's nearing the end. I pulled down a little bit on that last filing, and I've got all this filing on video. But that is not an aggressive hook. It's just not. But as long as your working corner, your top working corner is further ahead, at least halfway down the chain, you got yourself a dicey rock and rolling chain, in my opinion. But now, let's look at this. This is our 572, and I just filed it as well. There's more chain on it, but let's look. It's similar in hook, isn't it?
Yep.
There's not an aggressive big ditch hooked out of there. I prefer a sharp tooth from this. Are you visualizing this, Luke?
Yeah.
So from this working corner, it has to be further ahead than at least the middle of the chain, right there. So if we were to run a straight edge, like this, straight down, see that? We got it out. We got a C there. It's a little C. So that's why square ground chain cuts so fast and so smooth. It's a different animal completely. Let's see what we got. 500i. That saw's mad, isn't it? It's impressive. It really is. There's nothing that competes. I will say this: you can't beat power to weight on these saws, friends. On the 500, you just can't. Out of the box, they're great. And I believe they fixed the problem of that too fat in the small wood. I believe they have, anyways. I bought mine 3 years ago, somewhere there it feels like, and it was a dog in the small wood, but always had the power in the big wood, always. But this one is special from Ripsaw, super special. And these guys are CNC porting these Ripsaw still. If you got a 500i, they're still freaking porting these on their CNC. And of course they're doing their Huskies too. So I've been very happy with these guys, extremely happy. So Ripsaw fellas, thank you guys again. You're right on the, and you're actually, nobody wants to hand port for the rest of their lives, do they? People get over the bench in between the legs with the porting and the Dremels. I know. So the CNC is an interesting game. Anyway, that is a wild saw. Here's the 500. This thing took a horrible beating today. I mean, and we were in some kind of sketchball wood. This saw is nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And she's down. I mean, we're down. Oh, here's something to think about. Luke, I talked about this before I cut. Look at the size of that tooth.
Yep.
And look at the one behind it. Or the one in front of it, for that matter. See it?
Yep.
It's
Nothing
smaller.
left.
And look at the one ahead of it. Look at this one. Look at that one. They're all different, Luke.
Yep.
This thing cut straight like a bone in big wood. Straight as a bone. Straight down. It wasn't fighting, pulling, twisting, nothing. So, friends, I've talked about this for years. All I can do is just show. So I showed you yesterday when I filed it that if you get a raker gauge on your chain, this thing was pulling, Luke, today. Pulling hard. I was happy with the saw today. We were cutting in the heat, Luke.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, these top plates, there they are. They're all clean and square and straight. No convexness, no concaveness. They're just all straight. Right? So that means we had a sharp chain.
Totally.
We had a sharp chain. Okay. That was a fun session.
Yeah, it was.
Work hard. Be honest and be kind to one another. And let's try and, well, let's not try. Let's just do it. Let's seek to understand one another a little more. On social media, in person, maybe out in public. Let's seek to understand and seek to love one another instead of reacting and all that stuff. I think we could make a big difference in this world if we did just that. That simple thing. Seek to understand. Catch you on the next video. Luke, I want to do something. I want to show folks. We cut similar amounts with each saw today, actually.
Yeah.
Would you not say?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
Same.
close. Maybe a tad more with the 5?
Maybe.
But I don't know. Let's do something. Let's go like this. Okay, we got, yeah. Oh. Okay. Well, need to. There's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. There's... Okay. Well, I'll do it anyways. Okay. You folks know what's coming next, don't you? I'm a little excited. I'm excited for Ripsaw, Luke.
Yeah.
They're sending me something. Okay. Let's go over here. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Let's blow this out. Oh. Wow, did you see that? These saws are so different in their makeup, friends, and they're both glorious.